What is one profession that you have absolutely zero respect for? People that create artificial scarcity. De Beers is a good case study in this. With diamonds, they created serious market demand through wildly successful advertising and control much of the world's diamond supply. Not anymore. Now they are down to like 20% and not even the biggest. That's still a huge chunk, but they can't set prices however they want or anything. Televangelist priests who have hundreds of millions don't pay taxes and tell people they don't love God if they don't keep donating. Preach. Have a TV church, but don't scam people out of millions a month. There was one guy, Jess Duplantis, who told his followers that God wanted him to have a new jet and they needed to give him $54 million to buy it because his current jet was outdated. Kenneth Copeland defended his jet, saying that he couldn't be expected to get on a crappy plane full of dope heads and demons. Excuse me? You mean the people who you're supposed to serve who send you money? Kenneth Copeland looks like a demon wearing human skin, but the skin is getting old and can no longer hide his true form. IDK, but I hate looking at him. I get a sense of evil and malice emanating from him. It's the dead look in his eyes, like a creature that's learned to imitate a smile. Those recruitment people for fake talent agencies. They do these whole presentations, often in person, to get new actors and models to sign up at the end with an initiation fee sometimes in the thousands. A lot of the people being scammed don't know the company is a scam until afterwards, when they look them up on Yelp or the BBB. The recruiter usually seems legit. I don't know how they sleep at night knowing that's how they make the entirety of their income. I almost got scammed into one of those as a 14-year-old. My best friend and I begged our parents to take us to a modeling agency recruitment event. Of course we were both accepted, but then they had to speak with our parents to get the money. My parents saw right through it. They didn't explain right away why they were saying no, and I was so angry and said terrible things to them on the way home. Later they explained that they thought it was suspicious and that if they wanted my talent they should be offering me a contract and money, not the other way around. My friend's parents did fall for it, and it turned out to be a pretty much just what they used to call finishing school. It was basically classes on society/social etiquette and other bullshit. Stuff like don't put your dirty napkin on your plate and proper table settings and what utensil is for what. Edit. It was barbizon. Some local influencer took a video of me walking my dog yesterday by the beach and posted it on her Insta. I looked through the hundreds of comments last night when someone sent me the thing. Many of the comments are vulgar. I think it's a dick move to film someone without their consent for clout. You can get Instagram to actually remove it, because if they aren't removing hateful comments and the post itself encourages harassment, that is against their community guidelines. I've reported everything from fake accounts to animal abuse on Instagram and nothing has ever been done. Every time you send a report they might as well send back a caricature of Mark Zuckerberg fellating himself. Network marketers, MLM, are the worst. I love how newer direct sales business associates will quickly tell you it's not a pyramid scheme. I like to tell them, it's just pyramid shaped. I lost my wife to one. She refused to believe it was a pyramid scheme. Like, only 50 people out of the 200k involved made any real money. How is that not a pyramid scheme? I have a sticky post on my profile about my experience. I don't know if this is a profession in the normal sense of the word, but child beauty pageant organizers, judges, and anyone else who profits from this grotesque practice. It's a felony in France to even plan one. Good. Timeshare salespeople. I remember lying to one and saying that I actually applied for bankruptcy and live with my parents, and they are like, well, if you go on 2 vacations a year, it'll be more than what this costs. So it'll be saving you money to get out of the hole. Well, if you buy 2 you can sell 1, and then it's like you are vacationing for free. What happens if we buy a 3rd we can sell that? We are getting paid to vacation. Knew a guy who worked for a company that sold social media bots and other means of boosting accounts. Whatever that job is, I hate it. There was a big issue with this recently involving one of the Bravo channel Real Housewives. Someone used a bot company to spam the IG account of a cast member's son with racist threats the day before his first day of high school. Not sure what to call them, but the people at the top of the MLM pyramids. Personally, I use the word scum. I've been calling them pond scum for years. Payday loan sharks. Edit. This blew up. 29k. I acknowledge there is a need for short-term, high-risk lending. It's the predatory practices that force people into a debt trap that I have an issue with. A while back I cold viewed a couple extra bucks, so I looked up a few of those places. I make enough that I don't have to use them, but it would have made things a little bit easier. Anyways, one place in particular boggled my mind. They offered a loan of $1,000 and the interest would come to something like $250 for the loan. I really only needed $500, so I figured I could use the other half to get tires for my car, something I've been needing to do for a while. So I went to sign up. But it's not that simple. When I get there, and they explained the loan to me, I just about flipped out. See, I was okay with paying 25% interest on $1,000, but it wasn't $1,000. What they do is advance you $200. You then make payments to pay off the full $1,000 that they lend you. Once you've paid it off, then they give you the other $800. So in reality, you're not paying 25% interest on a $1,000 loan. You're paying 125% on a $200 loan and a forced savings account. Edit. Jesus, I didn't realize this comment blew up too. Thank you for the awards. Whoops, I got ahead of myself here. Televangelists. Give me tons of money and God will reward you. Oh, no rewards yet? That's cause you haven't given an ought yet. It's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to go to the kingdom of God. It's funny and also kinda pathetic the mental gymnastics that people will go through to try and explain that phrase as meaning anything other than the obvious interpretation. Poachers. I get major schadenfreude when I see an article about a lion killing a poacher. Good kitty. In some places, rangers have taken to just shooting poachers on sight and it's been quite effective. I can't say I feel any sympathy for the twats getting lit up by rangers. Alternative healers that talk people out of seeking real medical treatment. Ugh, like the fucking charlatan who scammed my husband's aunt out of what little money she had left when she was dying of metastatic colon cancer. Gave her fourth immunotherapy that was just high dose vitamins through a peripheral fourth that definitely didn't do anything. The fourth site got infected and they took no responsibility. All they took was $10,000 per treatment. My husband's cousins had a fucking GoFundMe set up for this nonsense. Makes me so mad. Especially as the only actual doctor in the entire extended family. Gossip show hosts. Not sure if it counts as a gossip show, but TMZ is the absolute worst. A while ago I was flipping through cable channels and came upon this program. Someone was chasing Bruce Willis through an airport asking him insulting questions. He's just trying to get his luggage and get out. Scene switches to an office. A bunch of people holding oversized cups standing around giggling and making cracks about how ugly his hat is. Baffling. Online event ticket buyers. PPL who try to predict the demand for an event, concert, sports, etc. and bulk buy tickets to resell at higher prices. There's a whole industry with companies built entirely with employees who are bidding and selling full time. My ex-wife does this for a living. They hire students and pay them to create accounts and purchase as many tickets as they can. Then the wholesaler sits on a stockpile of tickets that they can sell at a markup. It's such a scummy business model and everyone involved thinks they're so smart and savvy for inventing this business that makes a shitty experience even worse. I never understood how people don't understand this. When they've tried to pass laws against scalping, there's always major public backlash. Unethical animal breeders, for instance puppy farmers. Animals are literally bred to suffer and live horrendous lives because of them. Mothers are forced to breed at unsustainable rates and are often left malnourished and gravely ill. Their puppies develop serious illnesses very early in life and many of them die within weeks of their adoption. It benefits nobody but the cruel irresponsible breeders. Always check the background of your breeder before buying your new pet. Don't fucking buy puppies on Gumtree. My wife and I adopted a female dachshund for $50 that had obviously been used for breeding. Although, we didn't know this at the time. None of the pictures showed how malnourished and overbred she was. Turned out she was pregnant, and then we had one single puppy a few months later. The mom is living out her senior days happily basking in the sun. We estimate she's about 14, 15 in age. We also still have the puppy as well. Glad we were able to get her and give her a better life. Edit. Welp. Certainly didn't expect this response. I will make sure I give them extra pets for all of you. I'll try to post a pic of them together when I'm home for anyone who's curious. Thank you for the kindness and awards. The end. Thanks for watching.